Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley here for Concord and Ninth. Thanks for joining me today. I'm here to give you a look at the brand new April 2024 release from Concord and Ninth. It is full of fabulous stamps and dies that are so versatile. I love them so much, and I think you will too. Let's have an up-close and personal look at the new Best Friend Vibe stamps and dies from Concord and Ninth. If you are someone who grew up in the era of friendship bracelets, then you know they are totally back. They're even selling them on high-end websites right now, and this Concord and Ninth stamp and die set totally captures my youth vibes of those woven friendship bracelets or the ones with the personalized beads. So this bundle includes a stamp set that has all of your alphabet letters as well as a couple of sentiments there on the bottom. But the real magic happens with the coordinating dies because you can make all different types of beads, alphabet beads or colored beads, and you can also make woven bracelets as well. So here's a look at all of the dies cut out here. You can see that there's several repeated shapes, and that's because several of these cut out more than one shape at once. So for the woven bracelets here, you have your bases, but you also have those woven pieces that fit on top of it along with the end strings for both the smaller and the larger woven bracelet. You'll also have some shaped and colored beads that you can create in various colors, and then the alphabet beads, which I have die cut out of some white cardstock, so they're kind of hard to see here, but we're gonna have an up-close look at those in just a moment. And then you have a few different strings for your beaded bracelets as well. So you can mix and match these and create your own custom friendship bracelets. So let's look at this in action. I have my stamp here that has all of the alphabet letters mounted in my Misty stamping tool, and I'm inking it up with some juniper ink, and I'm stamping it onto some white cardstock because I want to show you how these bead-shaped dies work with the alphabet stamp. So once I have that stamped there, I can remove it from my Misty, and you can see I have several letters that are repeated here, so you don't have to stamp this necessarily a bunch of times to make your word. Now, these alphabets are compatible then with both the square-shaped bead dies, which just lays right over the top, and the circle-shaped bead dies. So you can make your own custom alphabet beaded friendship bracelet. You can make it say anything that you want, and I love that. So let me show you how to put one of these beaded bracelets together. I'm starting with kind of the arched string here for my bracelet, and I have a piece of pebble cardstock underneath it just so that you can see all of my pieces really clearly. I like to anchor the ends of my little string down to my work surface. That just helps it kind of stay in place while I'm gluing my beads in place. And you can see I've stamped and die cut several colors of the shaped alphabet beads here. I've used the circle die, and I have a bunch of different colors here. I have watermelon, stardust, juniper, grapefruit, sea glass, I believe that's it. And then I have some gold metallic cardstock, or the matte gold cardstock from Concord and Ninth die cut from the smaller beads. Now, once I have all of my letters picked out, I am going to add some liquid glue to my string, and I like to start in the middle. This helps me kind of get everything shifted into the right spot. If I start with the center letter and put it in the center of my string, then I can work my way out from there, and it helps me, like I said, just keep everything nice and centered up. So I am placing each of these alphabet beads onto the liquid glue that I have on the string, and I'm placing a little gold bead in between each of the letters just for a little extra something. And you'll see here on my finished card in just a few moments that I actually topped some of these gold beads with the brand new enamel metallic gold dots from Concord and Ninth. It looks adorable. Now, I'm spelling out the word besties here, but as I mentioned before, you could use someone's name. You could put a date because there are numbers included. I've even seen friendship bracelets where they do like your latitude and longitude, so it shows your place on the map. So many different ideas, and this comes together so quickly because you're die cutting and stamping all those letters in one pass of your die cut machine. Then you can just glue them onto your string, and you'll see here, I'm just releasing that from that background paper there, and I have my completed bracelet here that says Besties. I think this is so cute, and keep in mind you could use the dies to create colored beads, different shaped beads. There are heart beads and star beads. So the sky is really the limit, and I think you're gonna have a great time creating with this. Now let's look at the woven bracelet. I'm gonna do kind of the chevron style woven bracelet here. I have the base piece for this, and I've die cut the little triangle shaped woven pieces from 5 colors of cardstock. Now I'm starting by covering that base piece with some liquid glue, and I'm starting at the very tip of this base piece, and that first piece I lay down, I like to make sure I get it really good and lined up with the end of that base piece, because once I have this in place, then I'm just going to nestle the next shape into the previous shape, and I'm going to continue this pattern all the way across this base piece. And I can do any pattern that I want here. I'm just using the 5 colors and repeating those across it. Now, I like to use liquid glue because that means I can kind of slide these in to the previous piece without, it grabbing too quickly. It allows me a little bit of wiggle room. And I like to use either some tweezers or some kind of tool where I can pick up my pieces and place them onto the glue and kind of slide them into place. Now, the smaller woven bracelet is very similar in its assembly. You just want to make sure that you get that first piece lined up with the ends of the base piece, and then you can nestle the pieces into each other and work your way all the way across the base piece, covering it up in any pattern that you like. So you can see I have my woven bracelet here, and now I'm going to take the little end strings and I'm going to take a couple of different colors. I've die cut them from the various colors used in the bracelet. And I can stack a couple of these up to make it look like they're all woven together. And once I get those stacked up, I'm gonna glue it on to the end of my bracelet. And I like to finish off that little knot with a enamel dot of some sort, either colored or metallic, to kind of just bring that all together and give it that true bead look on the end. So here is my woven friendship bracelet. And now let's look at a couple of cards that I've created using this Best Friend Vibes stamp and die set. So the first one is a beaded bracelet. I have wrapped the ends of the bracelets around my card front so that it looks like it's on one of those jewelry holder backers. And you can see I've spelled out Besties Forever, I Love You. And here is where I've used alphabet beads, but I've also used some of the Concord and Ninth gold metallic enamel dots to finish off my bracelet. Now for this card, I used the smaller woven bracelet. I just stamped the Best Friend Vibe sentiment right there in the center, and I was able to create these 2 ends by just creating one bracelet and kind of snipping it apart so it looks like it's yours and mine friendship bracelet. So there you have it, an up-close and personal look at the new Best Friend Vibes stamp and coordinating die set from Concord and Ninth. I absolutely love this stamp and die set. It brings me back to my childhood days, and I think you're gonna love making your own custom bracelets. Allow me to introduce you to the brand new Everything About You stamps and dies from Concord and Ninth. And let me just tell you, this is one of those stamp and die sets that's truly unique that Concord and Ninth is just so good at. I love this. I love the look that you get, and there's so many ways that you can use it. So the Everything About You stamps and dies really centers on this die set that creates kind of a layered window on your card, but you can use it as a standalone as well. And then there are several coordinating stamps available in the stamp set. So Let's Celebrate You, Thanks for All You Do, You Give Me Butterflies. It just kind of plays off that you word. But in order for you to really understand the magic of this die set, I want to show them to you all cut out. So I have layer 1 here. It has 2 vine pieces in the O. And I've cut out the center portion of the word as well as the outline portion. Now layer 2 has this single vine in the lower left-hand corner. And I've die cut this using the outline piece as well as the center piece from this juniper cardstock. Now for layer 3, it has this large vine on the left side of the O, and I've die cut it from the front of my card base. Now that's going to give me this window effect. Now I can take layers 1 and 2 and lay them on top of each other and adhere them together and stack this right over that window that I've created on my card base. And this gives you a truly magical window because you have all of these different colors of cardstocks at different depths and layers, and all those vines are kind of woven together and you can see through to the inside of the card. Now you can use this as a window on the front of your card like I've done here, or you can cut out that third layer with the outline as well and kind of pop it up on a solid outline die and create a standalone element for your card front. Now I'm just finishing this off with a few of the florals included in the die set, and there are little knobs where you can adhere those onto your window, but this makes such a quick and easy, beautiful card. Now also included in the die set are some greenery pieces that you can use on their own or in conjunction with that window. Now, the first card that I created with this Everything About You die set is a window card. So I did exactly what I showed you in my demonstration, but I've added a little banner at the bottom. And on the inside, I've kind of created this faux trifold design with a piece of nectar cardstock. Now I sprinkled some various vines and florals around this, as well as some metallic dots, and I've added this banner, which is from the brand new We Are Family die set from Concord and 9th, and I just curved one of the sentiments in the coordinating stamp set to match the angle of that banner. Now for my second card, I actually created that U as a standalone element, and I only used layers 2 and 3 die cut from some white cardstock. I die cut the solid backer piece and did some ink blending, and then just kind of offset my layered piece over the top. And then I just added some greenery that I die cut from some vellum. That is from the brand new Paper Bouquet die set. And I finished it off with a sentiment strip right over that beautiful U word that is the focal point of this card. So this Everything About You die set really creates some beautiful focal sentiments. They're so versatile because you can use them as a standalone or that really unique peekaboo window on the front of the card. I think you're going to have a great time creating with this stamp and coordinating die set. There are so many things that you can do, and I'm sure your imagination is running wild. I cannot wait to see what you all create with this. It's time for a look at the brand new Paper Bouquet stamps and dies from Concord and 9th. These are brand new for April 2024. And these florals can be used on their own, or you can use them to create the most adorable interactive paper wrapped bouquet designs. So here is a look at the stamps and dies, and I absolutely love this stamp set because I think it can be used on so many different cards with so many other Concord and 9th products that you may already have. And this is a look at the die set. Now that die there in the center may look a little bit funny, but I'm going to show you how you can use that to create an interactive paper bouquet design. I really love a good floral set because you can use it for a variety of occasions. So here's a look at all of the dies die cut out of various colors of cardstock, and it kind of all hinges around this paper bouquet wrap. Now, when you die cut this from cardstock, it creates the score lines for you, which allows you to wrap your bouquet in some paper. And there's also a little tab included so that it kind of stays closed. Now you have a couple of floral elements here that coordinate with all of the greenery. There's the little wrap as well as a tag and a bow, and I love that sentiment. But all of these greeneries kind of look a little bit funny when you look at them just die cut. But all of those little dots on the top of these stems are where you can add your glue and adhere your floral elements. Now you'll also notice that there's kind of a wider part on these stems, and that was designed so that you can stack those up on top of each other and add the little wrap piece over the top and create an adorable bouquet. Now this floral here, it can be used either on its own or you can double it up like I've done. And you can use various pieces from the die set to create your own custom little bouquet. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. Now there's also some flower centers included in the die set, or you could use some enamel dots. I think that's a fun way to finish off these florals. And once you have your florals adhered to the stems, then you can kind of stack them up in any order that you want to create a beautiful custom bouquet. Now, I like to vary the colors of green that I use on the stems because it adds a lot of depth and dimension to the bouquet. And if you ever look at flowers, there's often various tones of green throughout the bouquets that florists and other people create. So I like to really vary those greens and create a lot of dimension. Now you can see I'm stacking all of these greenery pieces up, aligning that wider part on the stem. Then I can take this entire thing and place it inside of my paper wrap. Then I'm just going to fold on the score lines and tuck that right into the tab, and that helps keep that wrap closed. So you can see how easy these little paper bouquets come together, and you can use these with or without that wrap design, but I'm going to show you a fun little interactive way to use that wrap design. So you can see this card that I've created using that wrap design, and I've added some various greeneries throughout here. I've added some enamel dots to the center of my florals, and I've also used some vellum to cut some of this greenery to give it even more depth and dimension. And I've embossed this "Here's a Little Paper Hug" sentiment, which I love so much. Now, when you untie the twine on this paper wrap, you can actually open up this paper wrap, and you can see I've actually stamped a sentiment on the inside of this as well. And I think that's just a fun way to use this adorable interactive design. And I just have to say, I absolutely love that tiny tag in the die set as well. Now for the second card, I've created a simple floral bouquet, and I have added the little twine wrap around the base of those stems where it's a little bit wider. That kind of disguises that and makes it look like it's all tied up in a little bow. And this card really did come together so quickly. It was so simple and so beautiful, and it can be used for so many different occasions. Now, you may not be a florist, but this is the kind of floral design that I absolutely love, and I can't wait to see the custom paper wrap bouquets that you create with this stamp and die set. This new Sunburst card front die from Concord and 9th for April 2024 is one of those things that you absolutely have to have in your stash. It is one of the best staple products that I've seen in a long time, and I love Concord and 9th's cover dies because they create a lot of texture and pattern and dimension on your card without having to add an extra layer, because they do not include an outer cutting edge on their cover dies. So you can die cut this directly onto your card base, or you can die cut it into a panel or another die cut shape. And this really makes for a versatile cover die, and I love this design. So here I have die cut the Sunburst card front die from several different colors of cardstock. You can see it looks beautiful on any color. It's great for a variety of occasions, but to me, this just screams happy party celebration, and I think it will make the most adorable celebratory cards. So think graduation and birthday, but it also coordinates really wonderfully with the new World's Best stamps and dies, which are brand new from Concord and 9th this month as well. Now let's have a look at a couple of cards that I created with this Sunburst card front die. I have die cut it on that white panel of my card base, and I've also die cut it on this watermelon circle as well. So keep in mind that you can die cut a die cut and add a little texture to it as well. I've also included some of the stamps and dies throughout this release, including the World's Best and the We Are Family stamps and dies here to create this card. I think this came together beautifully, and I love the texture that this Sunburst card front die adds. Now, I've kept this card really simple. I've just die cut this Sunburst card front die from some white cardstock. I actually popped it up on a white card base, but you don't have to do that. I've added a little bit of ink blending behind it, a couple of die cut hearts, and that adorable sentiment, which is from the Short and Sweet die set from Concord and Ninth. And you can see how that just really brings the eye into the center of the card and creates an adorable yet easy card. A card front die like this is one of those things that it's just a staple item in your stash. It's such an easy way to add dimension and texture to any card. And I absolutely love this Sunburst card front die from Concord and Ninth, and I think you will too. Allow me to introduce you to the brand new We Are Family stamps and dies from Concord and Ninth, brand new for April 2024. And you're gonna love the versatility of this set and the ability that you have to create cards for anybody in your family. These stamps and dies are perfect for any occasion, for those people that you love the most. It includes words like mom and dad and grandma and grandpa, aunt and uncle, niece and nephew, brother and sister. And then there's some fun, versatile words like friend and human as well. And there's also a coordinating banner die. It coordinates with these adorable sentiments in the We Are Family stamp set. So you can use these together or separately to create a custom card for those people that you love the most. So here's a look at all of the dies die cut here. The banner is actually in two pieces so that you can layer it up and give some dimension. And all of these word dies below can be used with or without the shadow die. So it's really versatile. So you have mom and dad, aunt and uncle, sister, brother, niece, nephew, grandma, grandpa, cousin, human, and friend. And then of course you have the ampersand at the top. So you can use this for a variety of occasions and create cards for anybody in your family. Now let's look at a couple of cards featuring this fabulous stamp and die set. This is a birthday card that I've created. So I've used the sentiments from the We Are Family stamp set, combined it with the dies. So it says, "Happy birthday, friend." You'll also notice that I used the brand new Sunburst card front die that's brand new from Concord and Ninth this month. And I've combined it with an older Concord and Ninth product, the Bunch of Balloons die set, to create a fun and easy birthday card. Now on this next card, I created a little more of an elegant feel, and this font works really well for this as well. I've used the word niece from the We Are Family die set here. I've used it with its shadow layer, and I've combined it with some greenery that I die cut from some vellum. Those dies are from the brand new Everything About You die set. And that sentiment, the For You sentiment, is from the brand new Paper Bouquet die set. So you can just see that this We Are Family stamp and die set is great for adding on to products that you already have to further kind of customize it for those people that you love the most, whether it's your favorite human, your favorite niece or nephew, if you're allowed to say that, or your mom or dad. This will be one of those dies that you reach for over and over again. Let's take a look at the brand new World's Greatest Stamps and Dies from Concord and Ninth, new for April 2024, with Father's Day and Mother's Day and graduations coming up around the bend. This stamp and die set is perfect for all those celebrations and beyond. So here's a look at the stamps and dies included in this bundle. You can see that they work really well together and that you can create your own custom sentiments, and all of it kind of revolves around this trophy cup or Stanley cup or whatever cup it may be. It's just for the world's best in your life, whether that's a friend, a kid, a mom, dad, or even a grad. You can create a great card for so many occasions using this. And I absolutely love that ray pattern that's included in the stamp set. I can use that on so many different cards. And of course, you have those adorable supporting sentiments as well. Now here's a look at all of the dies die cut here. I've created a really sparkly trophy cup here, and there is an additional piece in this set that allows you to create a two-tone trophy or cup here. So you can use this in various ways. I've used it with the matte silver cardstock as well as the silver glitter cardstock from Concord and Ninth here to create that layered look. It also makes a great shaker window. Now, there's also a couple of different sentiments in here, the you did it as well as the hooray, and you have some greenery, stars, hearts, and florals to kind of customize this trophy cup however you want it. And you can use this banner hooray as either a layered knockout piece, or you can use the letters on their own, however you prefer. It's really a versatile set. And honestly, if you're looking to make masculine cards, this set is perfect. So let's look at the cards that I've created using this World's Best Stamp and Die set from Concord and Ninth. The first one that I've created is a Mother's Day card, and it is a shaker card. I've used that kind of interior cup piece to create a shaker window on my card. I've added the gold cup to the front, and I've decorated it with some greenery and florals from the die set, as well as a banner where I've stamped the word mom that is from that stamp set. And then there's that little ray pattern above the cup. I'm serious. I think I could use that on so many different cards in so many different ways, but I just had to make a shaker with this set. Now, my second card is kind of more of a masculine card. So I've created a World's Greatest Friend card. The award goes to my husband. But you can see I've used masculine colors, even though I've used some glitter on this card. And I've created a two-tone cup here. I love all of these colors together. And this really is a great way to say Happy Father's Day, congratulations, grad, or even you're the world's greatest teacher. I think that this could be such a great set to have on hand for all of the celebrations that are heading our way this spring. I hope you'll pick it up. And I cannot wait to see all of the different ways that you guys use this set to celebrate all the world's greatest people in your lives. I'm Carissa Wiley. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the brand new April 2024 release from Concord and Ninth. I hope you enjoyed. I can't wait to see what you create. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.